October 10th, 2023 will forever be known as the beginning of the end of the brand of Cynthia G on YouTube. And we were alerted at this downfall by fellow YouTuber Storm Monroe. He was basically trying to give Cynthia G one last chance to rebuild her following after her main channel was on its last leg. She had received several strikes and could not post to YouTube. So Storm Monroe, being a good friend of hers, decided to, hey, let's promote this new channel so your followers can come find you there. But then there was a problem. She at first became demonetized, and she complained about it in this clip.
There's no rhyme or reason for this to have been removed. To me, I don't think it's random though, because before that, they actually went and you know how you'll have videos up that's been up for months and they were monetized and fine? They went and took a lot of my videos first and demonetized them.
Oh, okay.
That's what they did first. And then there was a lot of them that were, even after it had a human review, there was a lot of them that were confirmed to be advertiser friendly. Even though the videos were confirmed to be advertiser friendly and they sent me emails, they didn't even switch it on YouTube to reflect that. Okay. They didn't change it. The videos were still demonetized, even though they confirmed them to be advertiser friendly. So that was the first thing that they did. But we know this has been going on since I came to YouTube. I've had 2 other channels that has been removed. This is not the first time. I've had this happen to my channel. This is actually more like the 3rd or 4th time.
But then, like the 1999 title of the Roots album, things fall apart. Or they fell apart for Cynthia G. The new channel that was in that link, if you click it now, this account has been terminated for a violation of YouTube's terms of service. If you go and look and type in her main name, you don't see the channel either. So Storm Monroe comes back to YouTube and he gives us this information.
Shout out to Cynthia G. I actually spoke with her, well, via text, but spoke with her earlier today. Her second channel actually got terminated, as you guys know by now. You know, people are talking about it, and her haters are rejoicing at the end of the day. As you guys know, this is not the first time a YouTube channel of Cynthia G's has been terminated, but somebody is on her ass, right? I can't tell y'all all of our private conversations, but I'm just gonna say somebody has it out for her. And I have a feeling I know who it is, but I can't say it for certain, right? But somebody is particularly behind this, and there's some stuff going in on the back end, and it's just not making sense. So make sure you guys go to Cynthia G's Patreon. She actually has an option where you can follow her on there for free, and then several other membership options, I believe. But nonetheless, just make sure you follow her there on Patreon, so that way you can get the updates if she's going to create a new channel, if she's going to go to another platform, whatever she's going to do. I do not know. I have a YouTube lawyer, but there is a lawyer that I've used him, and Funky Dineva actually used him too to get his channel back when they snatched it a couple years ago. He's really good with YouTube policy and the guidelines and this, that, and the third. So I'm going to send her his information, and you know, I hope she can get her channel back, and I hope she can get her monetization back as well. You know, the monetization end, but I can't even go there. I can't even say who it is, but I think I know who it is, and I'm like, oh, but who's behind that person? You know what I'm saying? You know how like one person can lead a charge, but you like, who's paying you? There's somebody that's pushing you to do all of this. So that's all I can really say about it. You know, Cynthia G's more than welcome to come on the channel. It's more than welcome to collab until everything gets straightened out. You know, per YouTube policy, typically when they terminate a channel, not demonetize, but when they actually swipe a channel off their platform, you're technically not allowed to make another one. Technically, although people do it all the time.
Damn. Cynthia G is officially no more. And there have been many people on YouTube who have been weighing in on the situation. There's Tariq Nasheed, there's Corey Holcomb, but I'll get into that in another saga. The channel that she lost recently was called The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, but What else won't be televised is the comeback of Cynthia G. Now, you've heard Storm Monroe, she's going to try to get a YouTube lawyer to get her monetization back. But guys, I can just tell you the truth. That's not going to happen, all right? Cynthia G has said some egregious things about aborting black male babies. She's made fun of people when they've died, like Kevin Samuels. It's just kind of overdue. And the question that I want to talk to Cynthia G and those who support her is, whose fault is it? Storm Monroe says somebody has it out for her. And I have an idea who it may be, but I really can't say for sure. But I'd like to respectfully disagree with Brother Storm Monroe. What I'd like to say is Cynthia G had it out for herself, because Cynthia G understands terms and conditions of YouTube guidelines. And like he has said in that video, Cynthia G has been shut down from YouTube many times, which means that with different channels on different occasions for the past 9 to 10 years, you've had your channels removed from YouTube. And Cynthia G has been on YouTube since at least me or even before me. So Cynthia G understands what she should post on YouTube and what you shouldn't post on YouTube. There are things that I feel very passionate about. I really would like to say on YouTube, but I won't because it'll get a strike, right? Or I won't do it because it's not a good idea to do it. I would just rather keep those things to myself. But the thing with Cynthia G is every content has to be about hating or trashing African-American men. When this woman has a baby by an African-American man, and this woman has a African-American male child. So the question is, who is it to blame? Is it black men to blame, or is it Cynthia G to blame? Because let me tell you right now, right? You can have controversial content all you want, but if you're not breaking YouTube terms and conditions, it won't matter. You can hit report all you want, but if the content is not flaggable, if the content is not there, then they can't do anything about it. The reason being is because it's not breaking terms and conditions. However, when you are breaking terms and conditions like Cynthia G, and you have repeatedly done so, guess what? You're gonna be in a lot of trouble. That's just the reality of it. You're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And that's what's happening right now with Cynthia G. And Cynthia G has destroyed a lot of her earning potential. She had to be making anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 a month. She had probably a lot more money coming in on Patreon. She didn't have any investment into this business, so she shouldn't have any overhead. But her hatred for black men has allowed her to shoot her own self in the foot. She did it to herself. And not only should she be blamed, but her audience need to be blamed, because her audience cheered and roared when she was going in on black men every single day. They thought it was funny. They thought it was cool. They thought it was amazing. For her to be talking about these dusty beta males and these bandits and all of that, well, you guys thought it was hilarious. You guys thought it was true. And you guys encouraged her to do more. None of you said, you know what, Cynthia, you're going too hard. Maybe you ought to cut some of that down. Maybe there's a different way that you can say it. But you guys never said that. You just encouraged her in her foolishness. And so when you're doing foolish things, like somebody said, foolish things are bound to happen to the person. And you thought that it would go unchecked, and now you're trying to make excuses for it as if it's not her fault. The reality is, it is her fault. If she wouldn't have ever posted that content there, it can't be reported. But not only was the first channel demonetized, it was then taken down off YouTube, and then the subsequent channel was taken down on YouTube. And guess who had nothing to do with that? Black men. Let me tell you this, as a black man, if you're creating content on YouTube and it is hateful towards black women and it gets taken down, okay, it's your fault. You can't blame other people. Well, they're reporting. Well, they're hating on me. Well, somebody on YouTube has to agree that this content violates the terms of service. And there are certain things as creators that we can do to stop that. We can, number one, avoid those contents altogether, okay? Or we cannot curse, or we cannot make particular slurs. We can refer to some people in a group and not all people in a group, which is what Cynthia G never did. All black men were, according to her, were bandits or beta males or anything else. And so that happened to her. So it happened to her because of her. Right? We need to have some level of accountability as to why it happened. But that's not what people are doing. People are going around trying to give Cynthia G an excuse, and we hope she gets her monetization back. And I don't have a dog in the fight with that. I'm not here celebrating the fact that she got her channel taken like she celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels. Remember that? And a lot of you other ladies did that. Now you same ladies are on the heels of her like, oh, we need Cynthia G. She should get her stuff back. Firstly, she needs to learn, what it is that she can post on this platform and what she can't. I don't know why YouTubers feel like they can do free speech when YouTube is a private company. It is not free speech. Free speech happens to your relationship as a citizen to the government, and you be able to express yourselves against the things that's happening on an everyday basis in your particular country if your country so allows free speech. But YouTube does not. All right. And I'm not saying that YouTube doesn't allow free speech. It does to a certain point, but it does not allow hate speech. So Cynthia G needs to be an adult. She needs to be accountable for her decisions, and she needs to go ahead and live it up like a woman. Okay. She made these decisions. She decided to do this. If her black female audience loves her so much, they can go support her on Patreon or follow her to the new place that she's going to be going. But for one thing, and one thing is for sure, it won't be back on the YouTube platform. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.